All right. How's it going there, folks? Today I think I'm gonna try making a video of installing my new fans I'm replacing my old ones because they're starting to show their age. And I'm a smoker and they're pretty dirty. I mean, I clean them and all that, but it's time to just change them out. And because they're rattling. One of the top 140 millimeter fans is making this noise. It still works. They all work and stuff, but I just wanted to update them, modernize them. I seen these on the internet and was like, I gotta try them out. They look better than the ones I had, and especially the top ones here. See, the ones up in here are some non-addressable stuff. It's got its own little controller. It's a wiry mess. I'm gonna show you all that here in a moment. We spin it around and take the back plate off, and all that fun. Here we go. For now, we're gonna be pulling it apart, and, getting all the old fans and stuff off of it. And here's what I bought. I got these things from Asia Horse. I guess they kind of new to the market. I couldn't find these again. I even looked back at the previous list. They're like, I try our similar items instead. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, what else you got? So I seen these, and I started out, I was just going to replace these top ones and leave these alone. And I was like, well, you know what? If I'm going to do that, I might as well get the other, because they were showing this alongside it. And this is what caught my eye right here. These are great. These here are actually a gift from my one sponsor. Thank you, Teresa, wherever you are. But no, I'm just kidding. I have to do some computer work for later on. So I'll pay for them in some way. But I did buy the other set. I bought them with cash of my own. But here's what you get in that box. You get these 3 front fans. They're going to go right here. What's cool about these is they're supposed to be the reverse fans. And that means I can finally replace the ones that's in here that are backwards. By that, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. See in here, it's probably bad lighting for now. There's not much I can do to enhance that. Let's see. There you go, a little bit better. It's going to be popping. We'll have it running and stuff at the end here, hopefully. And this is something it shouldn't fail. Now, I do know I have my BIOS battery is having some problems. Normally, when I unplug it in this manner and it's no longer on wall power, this little deal right here has been failing to load my settings. So I guess she's wore out. So we're going to go ahead and find out right here, right now. Let's go do that. I need to do that anyway. That was part of one of my planned maintenance repairs, whatever you call it. All right, 3.3. Well, it looks fully charged. Huh. So maybe I'm having some board issues. Secretly don't know it yet, but it's happening. It's happening. No, it could be anything. It's a fluke. Who knows? It's definitely reset now. I have to reset all my settings and stuff. Turn all that crap back on and off and stuff. It's all right, though. We'll get in here and take the fans out. I'll probably take my brush and hit over this. It's difficult to clean them once they get dirty like that. And get the dust in there like that. It's eventually just going to kill it. I mean, I have taken it out since I bought it one time, all the way out. Last year, I believe it was. I didn't film none of that, though. I just took it all the way apart. So that's why it still looks fairly decent. You have to keep these things clean. People forget about them. And next thing you know, it's covered in dust. Oh, wow. Much better. Actually, before we go and do all that, I'm probably jumping the gun on taking screws out of there. I might want to get them wires undone, right? This case is made by Fantex. I had never bought one before. It's a really durable case. But watch this. I guess this would now be considered one of the older ones. It's amazing how stuff ages rapidly within like 3 years. Your shit's old now. Go buy more. It's like, oh. Here we go. It's got a little easier, I reckon. Last time I was like, oh my God. I had it laid down and floor mashing on it like this. Oh yeah. Just didn't want to come off there. That kind of came on off. See, my goal is here to hopefully clean up some of this. Like this deal here is a power management control. And this is an RGB control deal that sets the, I think, for these upper 140 millimeter fans. Yeah, it's just them two. So this whole thing's going bye-bye. That's cool. And they have their own deal. I looked at them. They have their own wiring scheme, which is neat about these is they link together. So I only have to work with one set of wires from each fan cluster. I mean, it should be one wire for 2 up here and one set of wires for the 3 in the front. And then, of course, we'll still have my old fan in the back. I'll just clean it up, put it back in there. And if this other one works out, they sell this model here currently is the Cosmic, spelled all weird and stuff, by Asia Horse. They have singles. I just have to get a single front facing. And, I want to change the back one out. Or just have like a bunch of spares for the back one. Let's see here. Where to begin? Let's start with these here because they're the easiest to see and get at. There we go. This is the fun part. Let me go ahead and disconnect them from the motherboard. This might be a good time to pull out my little light helmet thing here. I don't think I'm going to be able to phase this thing out. I'm going to try, but that's the thing. See, I'm losing all these different individual power cords going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They all go here mostly, except for the one in the back. I think it was going to the motherboard, and this thing is powered by a SATA connection from the power supply directly. So it just bypasses the motherboard's control thing altogether. I mean, that's okay, but I'd like to have it plugged into one like they showed, and that'd be awesome. This here is, that's the deep cool. It must be the other ones. That's their RGB controller, I believe. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's up here. Yeah, that's the 4 that all look like these. There we go. There's the old one. For references. It's just we got a little dingy. I got some cleaning solution here, some kind of hand sanitizer. Stuff I picked up recently that this was freebie. Somebody gave me this too. And what's this alcohol? It smells like bootleg, really, but it's hand sanitizer apparently from the 2020 hand sanitizer scare and all. You gotta hurry up and get them. Get them hand sanitizer. The virus is gonna strike back. So yeah, I had some spare of that. So I'm going to try using that to clean it instead of rubbing alcohol. See if that helps. It'll work because it's alcohol, right? It's usually what I use to clean the fans. The blades, I'll wipe them off. And this one here, surprisingly, don't look too bad. That's pretty bad, though, yeah. So, yeah, it's been a while since I took these out. See, that's the one I may have to do some cosmetic modifications to the new fans because you'll see here in a minute. This one here was the corner one. It's kind of tight, and I had to pull one of its feet off to make it fit. All right, and there's the other one. That was the one that was making the rattling sound. No, was it? No, it was this one. You could hear it. Didn't you hear it? This one, yeah, this one does that too. I never done this to them. No, they just do that. Okay. They're probably fine. I think the bearings just got a little dirty is all, but generally speaking, working pretty good, I guess. Alright, get him out of there, Mr. Crunchy. These are my front intake fans. I usually get it the worst. Yeah. I wiped them down, but not like extreme. I just kind of did the whole, with my finger on a paper towel technique, and then just kind of wiped them off, hit and miss from what I could get while they were mounted not too long ago. A couple last year, sometime I think it was. So that's not too bad. The filters do help. Cutscene later. We got them all loose. Just take them and pull the wires out. Try to anyway. Let's bring you back around here. See what's going on as much as I can here. All right, it's all up and lifted up. Is that what it is? It's tied into whatever's going on here. No, I didn't think it was. Oh, they were just kind of hung up on each other and all that. And this thing's actually movable. We can take it out of the way just for making some sense of things. Yeah, we didn't push it out of the way. I don't know if I'm going to need it or not. That's the RGB that's kind of built into the case. It has its own little RGB thing going on there. I'm going to wipe it off on the inside a little bit, try to de-dust it some. It's not actually too bad. That's where the dry brush comes in handy. Just the easy to get at things here. I try not to hit it with the motherboard with this. I don't trust that static discharge might not hit something and damage a component. I don't know. It seems like it might be a possibility. I'd rather not risk it. But for just metal surfaces and the little crevices and stuff of your case, You'd be surprised what a little brush can do. And I'll wipe it down with a damp paper towel, some like Windex or Totally Awesome or something on it. Too. It's great on the back here. Check this. This is where it likes to collect some dust. Let's see how much is back there. Yeah, it's a little bit. It's been dirtier before. I've seen like cobwebs when they was constructing cobwebs and like. Yeah, it's a little dirty. I can see the dust on it. There we are. There's that one. Let's see. So final tally on the fans there. Yeah. Still spinning pretty good. That's the rear one though. Yeah, I didn't expect any problems out of that one. They look all right. When they clean them up, they're a little brighter looking. They'll tell you they do look better when they're clean. I wish I had thought to take it and turn the video on while I was before I cut the computer off, so you can see how it looks normal, and then so you can see the before and after. I think I got some pictures. I'm pretty sure I took a few photographs of it when I first made it. So that'd be the cleanest looking photo you get. I think that's all we got to take out. I can get my light out and inspect it real good. See how dusty it looks. Does it warrant me tearing it all the way apart? I don't want it to be a 6, 7, 8 hour marathon here. Sometimes I've had that happen though, where I would want to take it all the way apart, like, and get everything, including the dusty zone. Look at this. Man. I need to get in there while I got it opened up like this. Try to dust that out of there. It's pretty dense down in the bottom. That's where it all settles to, which is okay, I suppose. Let's see if the brush can help us out. I have a small vacuum cleaner, but what I really need to do is get some compressed air. I'll take it out to the compressor and give it the lawnmower treatment. There's only so much I can do by going. We're going to try it. Oh, yeah, look at the crap it blew up on this side. And it's also got a little port here in front. Getting in there to this part where it's the dustiest. Once I get the biggest stuff off here, I guess we'll get some damp with a towel here with some water. Just kind of wipe it off. The recommended way, though, if you really want to get in there, take it all apart and clean it all out. That's maybe later. I don't think I want to make a full video of that, because that's a nightmare. It does take me a while to rewire all this and set it back up, clean and everything. Get past the bundle here. The little bays here are handy if you want to expand it. No, I had one hard drive in a tray at one point for a little while, and I phased it out with a solid state, one of these solid state discs. I had opened them up when I first got them to make sure they weren't damaged or nothing physically. Seen how it was like, oh, okay, they got some kind of different wire system. No clunky adapters this time. The other sets, I got these things. I was like, what's all this stuff? There we go. Side by side for you, old meets new. So they R&D, 140 millimeters. Their thickness is going to be interesting. Let's go through this adventure together. See, one of these I had peeled the feet off of. I think it's the other one. Pull one of these rubber feet off. So it would go in the fit up in the corner back here. It's extremely squeezed together because the heat sink on the motherboard. It's got a heat sink assembly. Let's make sure we got the right stuff here. And then I can actually use these ends and put it into yeah, it goes into that one. Like that when the time comes. But first we got to install it. We'll see how well it fits. Awesome. Didn't want to overdo it. That's what nudge it on in there. Yeah, this thing's way better than that screwdriver. The hand turnable, the manual screwdriver. It's already snug as it can be. All right. the wires for this one through. That's interesting. Is they both like that? Just why did I always notice it after the fact? I see something's up with the back of these. Is that what that coin was? Did it go on the back of the fan? It's like, oops. This deal right here, that's actually supposed to be on the back of this fan, because dang, if it don't look like that's what I see right there, it makes me want to undo it and check it. Maybe. I gotta know. My curiosity is reached its maximum on this one. I believe it's supposed to be on the back of this fan. Yeah, it goes right here. That's what it is. It was a this was a mistake apparently, or they were like, you can get the feel, put your own sticker on, install yourself, get the glory, feel the wonder. I don't know how the Chinese descriptions are. It's always ridiculous. But all right, here we go. Yeah, that's what it is. That's the coin. I'm glad I took it off and changed it anyway. I guess it was worth the hassle just to get them to make sense, because I could see the silveriness shining through the grill here, and I was like, this one doesn't have a shininess. What's going on? And then I got thinking about that on this book, and I was like, that coin didn't look like it belonged there. So now we know at least. And it sucks to go through all the hassle and take your time and look. This is why I end up taking hours sometimes. It's like over an hour to do what you would think, oh, we could do that in 20 minutes. Yeah, right. Maybe. But I feel it's going to take a little longer than that. Just because of all the wire management and routing and whatnot. And learning curve with these. These seem like they're going to be like my old ones. So, but I won't have to use their controller anymore. Because they didn't match the system's colors. They were just doing their own little rando pattern. I was like, okay. Which was fine, because it kind of matches with the standard rainbow coloring effects, which is what I just let it default to. There we go. We got them all remounted, and they got their sticker on them now. That's good. All the wires run through. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can do with these things. But yeah, the little Cool Master power management thing, we'll put it back in place, because that's the only option I really know of. It doesn't daisy chain the power together. I don't see that option. I don't think. No, that's one of the powers. And that's the other. And they're the same. They should fit just fine on this. Yeah, I'll bring it this way. If I'm not mistaken, these are supposed to do the RGB. Yeah, they have that too. But I have to be able to plug into that. And I don't have that. I don't know what that is. So I'm kind of stuck. But it is useful for powering multiple fans, and I know it works fine. So that's what I've been doing with it. Alright. They'll probably all go to this. So there's them two. Then it's got to be powered as well, which it's already got power down here. So there we go. Put that back where it was at. Started it through there. Spin it around so you can see what I'm seeing on this side. Try to anyway. Alright. So they're connected both electrically and their RGB is connected at the bottom. However, it seems to have taken the pin for the Deep Cool module here on the back. But we'll find out later. This is all for nothing. I just took me a break and stopped messing with it for a few minutes. So I was like, I'm going to give it a rest. I'm getting frustrated with this thing. But I did figure out, I was studying it, and I was like, good, I'm glad I stopped and studied it so I could tell you what I discovered about them, the reverseness and all. I was like, I didn't even showcase that at all. I'm just totally skipping over all the fun. So let's talk about that a little bit. We got the blade. Here's the old blades. And if you look at the way they're facing, they're curved outward and downward. And the new ones, this is their front facing. That's how they face frontward. That's the back of them. The labels and all, let you know that's the back. And when you put them side by side, you can immediately see. For starters, there's less of these blades. Let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's like 2 extra fins, but they're closer together. These have got, you can see a space between them. So there's a little difference in the way they're designed. Maybe it has something to do with the airflow. And Anyway, these here spin this way, and you can immediately feel that. I can feel the air blowing out of it this way. And these don't do that. They have to be installed in the case like this, which makes the colorful fancy side, well, it's hidden. There's a faceplate that goes on this. You don't even see this. It's all just shining up the inside for nothing. But with this style, get out of there. You're done. It's your turn. It's over. Get out of here. This style here, they link together too, by the way. Let's see. We got them all uncovered. And let's see. This one here, you got the no notch, and you got notches. And that's what I was like. Let me sure if I understand how this works before I start explaining to people, or trying to explain something to people that I know nothing about yet. So there it is. That's pretty slick. Instead of having 3 individual fans all clumsily loose like they were before, it's almost like I got a radiator. It's basically like a radiator fan. Even the backs of them line up. So this now becomes my new front facing side over here. So we won't have to look at that. All we'll see is this inside the computer. So basically, everything is white, including the edges. Apparently, there's lights here, here, here. I don't know about these strips. I think they just kind of look. They're supposed to be. They call them infinity mirrors. I don't know. I never seen anything like it. It's new to me. But hopefully everything works with these. And then the top here was a little frustrating there, so that's what I cut off, and was like, all right, I'm just gonna have to buy a back fan, a singular back fan, one of these by itself. All right, I went ahead and decided I would go off camera for a little while and fiddle with it. I've probably been off camera for about 20 minutes, maybe not even that long. And I went ahead and focused on just doing the work, so I'm trying to think of what to say while doing the work. That makes it harder than you realize. But on my own, I was able to look at it, and I was like, all right, this ain't that complex. Why is this being so difficult? So I've been wiring it all up. It's done. Everything, I ended up having to, I went ahead and used this, and I've got 1, 2, 3 connections here, which is power, and 1, 2, and then all of that. That's all that's powered. And the ARGB is all daisy chained together, including the adapter box needed to run the rear fan. So my next step is going to be, I picked out the fan I wanted to keep. It's right here. I gave them a spin test, and then I looked for wobble. That one's the least wobbly looking, and also is the least dirtiest of them. So I was like, all right, good. I'll clean this one up, and it can go back and have its home here again. And let's see. Before this one was in there before. I had it in there somehow. It reached all the way to the back, so probably like that. And then the wire, it makes it all the way just enough to get to that power point right there. And then the little deal here will go to this, and it's already been powered by the spare ARGB connection from the new wiring from those other fans. So it all worked out. Yeah. Not too bad. We'll let it air dry for a few minutes, and then back in the computer with it. Well, there you go. There's how it turned out. I'm just freehanding the camera here instead of using the tripod, so I can show you how the other fans turned out. I cleaned up the 140 millimeter ones, and I'm working on the ones here. What I want to do here is, since I don't have any video footage of the old ones, I wish I had thought about it. I didn't really think about recording it until I got started. I was like, let's record it. It ought to be fun. So it's worth recording, I suppose. But I didn't have any footage of the original ones in operation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a photo for you again right now to refresh your memory. All right, so there you go. You should have a few moments to see the original fans and how they look, and all that, and see the before and after that way. And the top ones, I can describe what's missing there. The original ones didn't glow in the middle. The outer ring that they have is like a whitish, like it looks like the color of these fan blades when they're powered off. Well, they got the same deal going around the old fans, and that's all it glowed. And the back one is the original. There's one example of of what they looked like. The ones that used to be here, they look just like that, but that part was not visible. That was covered up, facing the other way, and the most decorative part was only good for cases that were exposed, but that doesn't work for the way my computer sits in my room. This is the ideal way to have it, so that's what made this set even more desirable as a replacement for those other ones, which still work, and they're not wearing out. They don't. There was one, the middle one wobbled. I could see some wobbling and going on in the blade. You could see it doing like that when it was running. So it wasn't brand new anymore, and they were just dingy looking. That hand sanitizer is actually working out as a cleaning solution. Here, let me show you how that turned out real quick. There's one I cleaned up thoroughly, like I did the one that went back in the computer. I don't know how to get inside the little cone there. It's you have to destroy the fan. It's all, I don't know, pressed in there. I'm no engineer, man. I don't know how they made that stuff. It's injection molded and pressed together, you know, with the copper coils all neatly packed away on the inside. I'm sure some smart guy invented it a real long time ago, right? But anyway, there's one I'm working on. It's fairly clean, but I need to hit it some more. I can see in the camera as I show it to you that there's dinge on the edges that I hadn't quite got off. But my cleaning rag, I was using a rag instead of paper towels to conserve on those. And the rag is, even it's gotten so funky that I just got to get a new rag, and then hit it again because it's just redepositing. That's what's happened there. And here's one. This is the last one that's uncleaned. That's what come out of it. Ultimately, that's the funk up close. So yeah, I mean, I've cleaned them over the years. I easily clean them, like I think I said already, once or twice a year. And so I've had them for 6 years now. Yeah, bought them in 2020, I think. And put them in the computer. I mean, I have other fans in storage already, so I don't know. I may just give these away. My nephew, his computer, he might need them. I got a couple of nephews, actually. I would give them to my niece Julia, but she's already got some in her case. Her case came with some, and I was like, oh, they're not quite as slick looking as these, but they're very nice. They look like these Deep Cool ones, basically. They just have like a softer glow. They look nicer than the Deep Cool ones, actually, I think, on Julia's case. But these Asian horse ones I put in mine look nice too, and these here cleaned up really well. Even though that one has a little bearing rattle into it, you don't even hear it when you do it by hand. But when it's under power by the system, you hear it just ever so slightly, and it comes and goes. So that's why it's not a big deal. I mainly just wanted to update the fans at the top because of that sound and to make them glow in the middle. I think that's what drove me to do it. And the benefit of doing it was I phased out this controller box. All that wiring went away. Granted, I put some new wires in there, but they all linked together in a nice, orderly fashion, and it tidied up pretty good, despite the jumbled mess you might have seen in the previous footage. It all makes sense when you get in there and follow the wires around. But to try to record it all, every single step of it by myself was just, I was like, man, this is like, I said, a lot of it was me trying to fumble in the dark, figuring out, okay, well, how do I want to route this? We try it this way, and then I'd have to take the part out, move it around a few times, or fiddle with this. Or like one example was I had installed both of the top fans, but then when I went to go put the rear fan in, I had to take the top fan back out and run the wire and then put the fan back in. Stuff like that. I was like, this is just insane. And I have footage of me doing that, but I was like, I didn't include it because it's like redundant. It's like, who cares? The viewer wants to see the finished product. So that's what we did here. I just wanted you to just like the lawnmower. Don't worry, we ain't forgot about you, lawnmower. As soon as that gasket gets here, I feel like someone's conspiring to stop me from fixing you. Just way too much, maybe too much internet news. But anyway, here's one more shot of it before we sign off here. I got to go to bed anyway. I'll have to upload this later. So it won't be uploaded on the day that I made it and did the changes. It'd be like a day late. But at least I included you in on the upgrade journey. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.